got some good news. I got some bad news. The good news first. I checked my pending tickets in the Pay Tickets app. And this popped up. Yeah. Y'all, you don't know how excited I was to see that there were no pending tickets after I sent in my dispute for the 2 tickets that they added on. I'm so happy about that. Now, the bad news. Actually, honestly, I don't really have any bad news about that. But I was just thinking in my head, what if I paid it again? Would they have gave me a refund? And this is why we got to keep track. And this is why I got to keep track of my own finances and I got to keep my receipts for everything, because other people, I'm doing my part, other people not doing their part. I paid all my tickets, y'all. All my tickets. I know, because it came out of my bank. I know, and my bank account knows that we both paid all our tickets. So for them to have kept 2 tickets still on there and try to tow my car for one of them is out of line. It is completely out of pocket. But they're gone now. Yeah. They are all gone now. Y'all, you don't know what that feeling is like, man. It's like a clean slate. Just a weight off my shoulders. These tickets have been a huge weight on my shoulder, and really all the bills that I needed to pay. I paid rent, I paid my tickets, I paid taxes from last year. What else? I paid insurance. I gotta pay, I still gotta do my registration, my car registration. I still gotta do that. I got to, what else? My credit card, I gotta pay that off. I think that's maybe $600, I think, or a little more, 600 or a little more than that. But yeah, y'all, my big check, gone. All that money has been used. And that's what I'm working hard for. I'm working hard to pay off these bills and get out of debt, and just start over with a clean slate and start building on top of that. That's why I'm working. That's what I really aspire to. I'm one of those people, y'all, I hate debt. I hate it with a passion. I know some people, they could borrow money and they could, they could never pay it back, or people who borrow money and they can, pay it back very slowly. Now, don't get me wrong, right? If I give somebody a loan and I say, look, don't worry about it, pay me back whenever you can, I'm not checking up on how frequently they pay, because I know I'm going to get it back, right? If I trust the person. If I don't trust the person, that's a different story. If I trust the person, if it's a good friend, then okay, take your time. I know it's coming back to me, right? Or I got a friend who sells sneakers, right? And when I buy sneakers from him, he doesn't, he's not like, yo, I need all the bread right now. He works with his customers. He's like, yo, if you have it, his good customers. So I've bought maybe 4, 5, 6 pairs of shoes. He knows I'm good for it. I love the pair of shoes that he sells too. They're really good for sports. So he'll let me buy the sneakers and he'll just say, pay me when you can. And it's a guaranteed sale for him. And it works for me because, I could pay it off in increments. And not all at once. And that's kind of like how credit works anyways. You get to pay a minimum, but the thing with credit is they add interest. That's what gets a lot of people messed up, that interest payment. So you're not only just paying your own loan back, but you're paying extra money. Like, you're paying a fee for having the money borrowed, which is not good. Like, if you're paying the minimum on your credit card, you're just literally just paying that fee, and you're not even like chipping away at your debt at a point. And I can't ever let my credit get to that point. Not that I can't, but I just don't want to. Like, and I know some people use credit, some people want to use credit and things like that, but for me, I don't know, man. It's just something about just being in a deficit that just like rubs me the wrong. You know what I mean? Like, something about just being in the negative. Like, I don't know. Now, and I always say this, like, when I get to a point with my credit where I automate it and like the money just goes from the debit card to the credit card, then I'm cool, right? Because I could spend my credit. I could know I don't got to think about it. Right now, if I use credit, which I don't, if I use credit, I got to think like, okay, at the end of the month, I got to actually pay for this thing that I bought last month. And it's just a lot to remember at times. But, once I get in a better place where I want to be financially, I'll start automating it, right? And that way, like, I don't have to think about it. Just for the simple fact that credit is I guess is needed. I guess credit is needed in America. Everybody says, oh, you got to use credit. And then I know people use credit to like build wealth. So they'll use the bank's borrowed money, and they'll take that borrowed money and they'll invest in things like that. And as the investments give returns, they can pay off the credit. So I find that to be a cool business model, honestly. I don't think that's a bad business model, but the thing is, if your investments don't work out, then, you're stuck owing, you're owing all that money back that you borrowed. Essentially you still got to pay that money back. So at that point, it's just, it is super early in the morning right now. I'm definitely still tired. I'm like looking around outside and there's like not a soul outside. I'm up at the crack of the morning right now. But I'm getting my sleep schedule together. So, it's a good feeling just getting up early and, hearing the birds and smelling the air. The air is different in the morning. I can't really explain it, but it's just this fresh, sometimes very cold, but it's just this fresh, invigorating air that you really only get like at the crack of the morning. My morning people know exactly what I'm talking about right now. If you're a morning person, drop a like on the video. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But yeah, at that point, it's just smart investing. Are you a smart investor? How sure are you about your investments? And then that's like the only way I could really get behind credit. But like, oh yeah, and then credit cards give you all these benefits, all these like, it's like a game, credit cards. And I never got into credit, and that's why I could talk about it like with this kind of like novelty, because it is new to me. Like, I just got into credit cards 2 years ago. Literally my first credit card ever 2 years ago, at 28 years old, because I never had the need for credit. I never had, and I still didn't have the need for it when I got it. I was just getting it because, I kind of felt pressured, honestly. You gotta, you gonna need credit for this, you gonna need credit for that, XYZ, like, you gonna need credit, you need credit. And I think what a lot of people don't realize is that credit is a relationship with the bank. It's just another relationship. And it's a relationship that I guess people who own houses, people who own apartments, people who own car rental services, certain people look at that relationship. They want to know that you have a good relationship with the bank. That's what it is at the core. And so, you know, the same way you could have a relationship with family, or a relationship with your partner, or a relationship with your friends, right? And that could gain you certain perks, right? Your relationship, you know, financial perks, right? They could borrow money from you. You could borrow money from them. You have a relationship. You both know you're trustworthy. You both know you're good for a loan, or whatever, a service, right? So that in the same way, you know, credit is just that, but with a bank, and you know, from, you know, monetarily, obviously. And so, I mean, I just never really, like, until recently, I never really thought about having like a good relationship with the bank. Like, I never felt like I wanted to lean on the bank, or like, you know what I mean? Some people look at credit cards like, you know, a lifesaver. Meanwhile, I got family, close family, who are in a lot of credit card debt. So it's like, I've seen how it can go wrong, you know, and I think that kind of like makes me a little weary of it, because I know how bad it could get. Like, I'm talking tens of thousands in debt. Like, I know how bad it could get, and the banks don't care. Like, you see how you have relationships with like friends, family, a partner. Like, you know, ideally you care about each other, right? A good relationship, you care about one another. The banks don't care about you personally. They don't personally care about you. You know, it's literally a transactional relationship. The whole relationship is transactional. We lend you money, you borrow money, and you pay it back on time, and that's it. That's it. Can you borrow money and pay it back on time? That's it. Or pay it back, period. You know, they don't care if you know, some crazy circumstance happened. They don't care if your family died. Like, they don't care if, you know, whatever, your car got towed. Like, they don't care if you broke your leg, you can't go to work. Like they do not care. Like, and they'll keep lending you the money at a point. Like, they'll keep lending you the money. They'll keep accruing the interest. They'll keep adding extra fees on top of what you owe, until it's just like, you know, it's just an investment for them at that point. It's a good investment for them. You know, credit card companies, they bank on the fact that some people are not going to pay, or some people are going to pay the bare minimum, and they're going to get fees, and the bank is going to make the fees. I'm going on a rant, y'all. It's early in the morning, and I got debt and credit on my mind right now. So I just had to get on here and let y'all know that I am no longer in New York City traffic ticket debt. I paid all my debts, and I disputed the 2 charges they tried to like not process or whatever, and they tried to increase it. That's the crazy part. They added the tickets back, and then they added the extra fee, and then they said, we're gonna tow your car for one of them. Like what? Look, all I could do is my part, right? I did my part. It's on them. Now I'm dang near helping them do their part. Like, I literally had to send a dispute. I had to send them my receipt number, all types of stuff. Like, come on, man. As much money as New York City is getting, they need to get it together. They need to get it together. They're making too much tax money. They need to get it together for you and me. They need to get it together. You and me. That's kind of catchy. They need to get it together. Paying my debts. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, guys, that's all I really wanted to get on here and tell y'all. I'm happy about that. You know, at the end of the day, I am happy that the tickets got resolved. No matter, you know, I had to dispute it, whatever. I had to remind them that I paid it, show them my receipts, whatever. They seen it. Cool. Let's keep going. Like, let's keep moving.